Welcome to the 72nd anniversary of the 1st Marine Division. Today I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your many years of dedication and your many years of example in establishing a reputation that is second to none. The 1st Marine Division is the largest and most decorated division in the United States Marine Corps. Over the past year, the Division Forward has been heavily involved in operations in enduring freedom. The Marines and sailors who've been forward deployed has accomplished that mission and done so with professionalism, with warfighting prowess. Units from the 1st Marine Division has been involved in and a part of Marine Expeditionary Units and also unit deployment programs. And each and every time, the Marines and sailors have carried on the long tradition of those who've gone before us. Today is an opportunity to celebrate the birthday of our fine division, but it's also an opportunity to rededicate.
Mike Mervosh, nickname Iron Mike, Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Marines, 4th Marine Division. We formed at Camp Pendleton, inactivated at Camp Pendleton, and deactivated at Camp Pendleton after going through 4 campaigns. Roy Namor in the Marshall Islands, and the Kwajalein Atoll, Saipan, Tinian, and Iwo Jima. I made every one of them. And of course I didn't get enough. Then there was Korea, then Vietnam, and I volunteered for the Gulf War. But they turned me down because they discriminated because of my birthday. So that was out. But I thought I had one more good war left in me.
Our Blue Diamond pride has allowed the Marines and sailors to always arise to the occasion, even in the worst of conditions. For it was the warriors of this great division who have gone before us, forging the way, that has allowed us to persevere given the lessons paid forward. Even in peacetime, our Marines and sailors have continued to keep our bayonets sharp by always training the standard.
Good evening, Marines and sailors of the 1st Marine Division Association. I'm Colonel Steve Lazewski, the commanding officer of the 11th Marine Regiment, and this is my Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Jones. We'd both like to welcome you to the 72nd anniversary of the 1st Marine Division. It was your selfless service and dedication to our country that brings us here tonight. Your actions have gone down in history and will never be forgotten. For 94 years, the 11th Marine Regiment has provided timely and accurate fires in support of the division's maneuver forces on the front lines all over the world.
11th Marines always finds their way to the heart of the fight. We have fought in both world wars, the Frozen Chosen, Waste City, Operation Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan, just to name a few. 11th Marines has recently undergone changes to its equipment and structure, but has adapted well as we always do. Our fighting spirit has remained the same. We have and will continue to contribute to the legacy of 1st Marine Division, just as those who have gone before us.
Just this past year, we have fired over 400 HIMARS rockets and hundreds of cannon artillery rounds in support of combat operations during Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. At this moment, we have hundreds of Marines and sailors deployed downrange in harm's way, away from their families and friends, carrying on the traditions that you have created. Rest assured that as we move into the future, the King of Battle will continue to go with the 1st Marine Division whenever the Blue Diamond is called into action.
I'm William Thomas Unger. I'm retired. I got out as a corporal. I'm retired for medical reasons for combat wounds. I was in Hotel Company 2-1 in Vietnam, 67 and 8. Many of these World War II and Korean veterans were walking around and saying things like, "These aren't Marines. These aren't Marines." I knew you guys were. I've been on base. I was born on this base. I've been around forever. And what they were doing was confusing that the new Marines are far more educated than we ever were. In Vietnam, just the fact that I was a high school graduate made me a rarity. But you have far more abilities. I think it's moved with history. Marines are Marines.
Hello, Marines. I'm Colonel Sparky Renforth, Commanding Officer, Regimental Combat Team 7, forward deployed to Helmand Province, Afghanistan. Regimental Combat Team 7 returned to Helmand Province last October, and your Marines are continuing to carry on your proud tradition as we transfer lead responsibility over to our Afghan partners. We are proud to continue the great traditions of the Blue Diamond here as we complete this mission in Afghanistan.
I cannot think of a better way for Marines of the most decorated division in the Corps to share this historic day, to be on the battlefield and carrying on with our nation's mission.
My name's Lieutenant Colonel Gil Juarez. I'm the commanding officer of 1st Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion. The battalion is responsible for providing an LAR battalion, Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion, or companies to the ground combat element commanders of the division. So that would be the division itself, the regiments, or battalion landing teams if designated. The mission that we have is to conduct armored reconnaissance, armored security operations, and limited offensive operations in support of those commanders.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Brian Von Herbulis, Commanding Officer, 1st Reconnaissance Battalion.
I'm Sergeant Major Wesley Schaefer, Sergeant Major, 1st Reconnaissance Battalion.
1st Reconnaissance Battalion traces its lineage back to the 1st Tank Company, Quantico, Virginia, 1937, and was later assigned to the 1st Marine Division in March of 1941. Today, 1st Reconnaissance Battalion deploys forces in support of the 1st Marine Division and the Marine Expeditionary Units. We continue to provide reconnaissance support to the 1st Marine Brigade and other units as directed.
1st Reconnaissance Battalion continues to develop and provide light, agile, and adaptable forces to accomplish a broad range of tasks, and we remain the eyes and ears of the 1st Marine Division.
It is with great respect that we recognize and honor the 72-year history of the 1st Marine Division.
So on the 72nd anniversary, I wish my absolute best to all Marines, sailors, veterans, and civilian Marines for continued success. Happy anniversary, 1st Marine Division.
Keep on charging and always take that normal 30-inch step and continue to march. God bless you, Marines.
On behalf of the Marines and sailors of the 11th Marine Regiment, happy birthday, Semper Fidelis.
On behalf of the Marines and sailors of Headquarters Battalion, Blue Diamond, have a happy 72nd anniversary.
From the entire 7th Marines family, happy anniversary and prepare to march!
Marines and sailors, thank you so much for your outstanding support. As the Corps turns and faces true north, we know that it's in good hands because of you and the dedication that you provide and the focus that you provide each and every time our Corps is challenged. So with that, I offer Semper Fidelis and thank you for your time and dedication.